Hi, my name is Sue. Today I want to talk about the family and marriage. And commonly, many of us may experience that it is hard to communicate with a man and woman because of the lack of understanding each other. So today I want to talk about that. And the first things I can bring up is that personal belief and value systems are different. It depends on gender and depends on culture and depends on their background where they grow, and those differences actually make some lack of understanding, and those of lack of understanding can bring to the conflict between husband and wife, and they can be cause of the family bond broken. So today, I want to introduce the book His Niece, Her Niece, by Dr. Holly. He's a psychiatrist and he's been working on those areas for many years. And in his book, he suggests that, and he found those of what women think that important and what men thinks some things are important in the priority of important things. So for the woman, they think that affection is very important. If their husband treat her nicely with a hug and then showing the love, and then the word with a nice word and kindness word, that actually affected her, and that is very important to her. And then secondly, she thinks that husband's family commitment is very important too. While the woman thinks those two as a priority, the man has a different idea. The man needed the sexual fulfillment as a first priority, and second one is a personal, the recreational companionship with his wife, and those things are very different with the husband and wife. But we'll see what the Bible talks about that, because Bible tells that husband to love his wife as the Jesus Christ. Christ loved his church. So those love actually it can be comparable with the affection that a woman needed, and the secondly, family commitment is a responsibility that what woman finds for the husband. But what Bible says to the woman must to or he commanded the wife to submit to her husband. It is very important the church submit to the head of the church, which is the Jesus Christ. It is very important in the family bond, the woman, the wives, to submit to her husband, because it's very hard to understand each other. If it is because it is very hard to understand it, what husband needs, such as the sexual fulfillment and recreational companionship. It is very hard for women to understand it, but Bible commands not of understanding, but to submit to the husband. So it means the wife submit to husband and just follow him before you understand it, because it's a God's commandment. It's very important for the Christian to obey the God's commandments. Because the understanding is different, because of the value is different with the husband and wife. So it is very important to have a good relationship and fulfill that each other's needs in the family relationship and relationship as a husband and wife. I will talk about the relationship. God and me relationship is obedience. We obey to the God, and God demands us to obey to His command. So if He commanded us to obey and or submit to my husband, that is his commitments. It's not that what he's like, what husband's like, or what he is treating me, but submitting is the God's commandments. So if I obey to God's command, actually the relationship with God is right and healthy condition. And also when I obey that commandments, my relationship to my husband can be healthy either. So the relationship, when we obey to God's command, that relationship that will stand right. And when we obey God's commandment, the relationship to husband and wife to the side, that will work right too. So to the husbands, love his wife as Christ loved his church. It is very important to important husband to love his wife. But what kind of love is it? love until die on the cross. That love is demanded by God's commandment. So husband must to obey God's commandment and love his family, his wife and children, and they have a responsibility to take care of his families. That is what I understand in the Bible and what I understand God's commandments. When those obedience and have a good relationship works in healthy way in our lives, our family can be protected and safely, and also we can keep our family right. Thank you for sharing.